everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you because I'm telling you why everyone's about to play this commander. Let's jump into it. So a brand new powerhouse has awakened in Magic, and it is Mr. Negative. Now, this 5/5 human villain for 7 mana and Orzhov is about to make a massive impact on the format with a massive, well, let's read it. Vigilance, lifelink. Okay, we've seen that before. When it enters, you may exchange life totals with target opponent. If you lost life this way, draw that many cards. So this might seem like a pretty simple and straightforward commander, but there's a lot of nuance to it, and there is a lot of potential for it. I mean, this can be the most massive card draw out of the command zone on ETB that you have ever seen, first of all. Second of all, it can be a game-ending effect. In fact, literally just ETB, target player loses the game. Most of the time, more so being like target player is, well, near losing the game, but other times on that ETB, literally just, oh yeah, by the way, you're at 0. And they're like, how? Yes, that's exactly how this commander is going to work. Or again, other times go, okay, ETB, yeah, I'll swap my life totals with you, sure, and now I'll draw 60 cards. So again, what kinds of commanders out there have this type of potential? Not many when it comes to it being such a unique, brilliant design, and one that, well, again, can go in so many different directions. Again, mass card draw, taking players down to absolutely nothing out of nowhere, and again, with that ETB being on specifically an ETB that does not have a cast trigger requirement, its power level potential is super high because obviously you've got plenty of ways to, well, blink this or plenty of ways to feign death it and bring it back. You've got ways to essentially utilize that ETB many times throughout the game when it is opportune for you. Let's jump into those ways and talk about exactly why this commander is going to be taking over. First of all, one of my favorite Magic cards of all time when it comes to design and application in kinds of decks like this. I mean, my Selenia Dark Angel deck made me utilize this one because, well, Mischievous Poltergeist is a great example of a card that is so good for the right strategy. But in other strategies, be like, why are you using that? It's a 1/1, I believe, Spirit. I think they've read that. For 3 mana in black. It's got flying and it says pay 1 life, regenerate. Very simple, very effective. I mean, this is really hard to deal with. Again, if this is in play, this is surviving the vast majority of things. Creature attacks you, you jump block, you're like, yeah, pay 1 life, regenerate, cool. Board wipe happens. Most board wipes out there said just like, okay, yeah, survive it because regeneration usually survives pretty much any board wipe for the most part. So yes, this is one where you can just keep paying 1 life whenever you want to, though. And by doing that, you're like, oh, okay, I go down to 1 life. Again, you take yourself down to 1 life, your commander, Mr. Negative, comes into play, and all of a sudden, that player over there now is at 1 life, and you're back up to, again, let's just say they had 40 life. You're back up to 40 life. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden, that player is in danger of getting taken out, and they very well will get taken out. And, yeah, it's very easy to essentially do that with this type of commander. The power potential for that is super high. Now, you might think, again, this is a very specific card. There's only, well, so many cards that do that. Well, you're right. There are only so many cards that do that, but you all also have, access to all of them. They're all very budget-friendly for the time being right now. They all have really cool effects as well. And, of course, here's the thing. You're in black and you've got tutors, so you can go get them if you need to. There you go. Anyways, Deepwood Ghoul does basically the exact same thing, but instead of paying 1 life, you pay 2. So, sure, instead of getting your opponent down to maybe 1, if you're at an even amount of life, you take them down to 2 instead. And onto Vanguard, again, a bit more life when you're actually paying as well. Pay 4 life. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Again, this is really low to the ground, though. Just 2 mana for a protected creature. But yeah, one that you go, okay, fine. I'll take you down to, 5 at the very lowest, or the very highest, I should say. Cool, all right, you're down to 5. Wait, no, never mind. 1, No, 4. 4 is what the lowest is that you can take him down to, essentially, which is still incredibly low, and very, 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 very well might just take them out whenever you do that, essentially, with whatever combination of cards you've got. We also have Blood Celebrating him for just 1 mana. Yeah, 1 mana. Any Crick players out there know this one. Pay a black mana, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color to mana pool. Here's the thing, you're going to pay a black to pay 1 life, to make a black mana. Again, that doesn't make sense, but it does make sense, because in Magic, that's what happens. And you go, okay, I'll use that black mana to put it back into this, to look at my life total again, and you keep going down, 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 down. With this, you are basically taking your life down to, again, whatever number 1, essentially. And therefore, your opponent is then at 1. Soul Channeling, a great way to protect a creature that you have. Pay 2 life, regenerate, enchant a creature. It doesn't have to be your creature, actually. You can throw in an opponent's creature if you want to. And all of a sudden, you're like, okay, yeah, again, take me down to 1 or 2. Unspeakable Symbol. This card is hilarious. Pay 3 life, put a counter on target creature. Being able to go, okay, that creature now is the absolute massive creature, the biggest creature on the board. Cool. You can swing through with it and maybe take a player out, or also just take your life total down to the very least 3. Wall of Blood. Pay 1 life, gets +1 till end of turn. It makes a massive creature that can block. Cool. It can basically block anything that isn't flying over it because it's not tall enough, apparently. Regardless, being able to take your life total down to whatever you want to, that's great. Martyr's Tomb. Pay 2 life, prevent the next 1 damage to be dealt to our creature this turn. Being able to just save a creature from basically any kind of damage, that's great. But again, you don't even have to, have damage coming at that creature to utilize this. You're just like, okay, yeah. All right, let's start the turn off. I'll prevent all damage dealt to that creature. Yeah, your creature. Sure, whatever. Cool. All right. Now my commander comes into play, and now you're at 1 life. Thank you. Doom Whisperer, of course, finally, an amazing card. 6/6 Flampler. Pay 2 life, Surveil 2. Again, repeat card selection on just demand, essentially, and a great way to set your life total down to, essentially, nothing for your commander's KO. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you are in a perfect color combination when it comes to utilizing cards like Cloud Shift. You can utilize a card like this to go, okay, I already took out that one opponent right there. You know what? Let's just, for 1 extra mana, basically do the exact same thing. I took that opponent down to 1 with this Mischievous Poltergeist, and all of a sudden, okay, hey, Commander, let's do it again. Cloud Shift you. All right, while that's happening, all right, Mischievous Poltergeist, my life total all the way back down to 1. It blinks, it comes back, and all of a sudden, that other opponent now is down to 1 as well. I just took 2 players down from, again, let's just say 40 life, all the way down to 1 in the blink of an eye. Basically, nothing, to actually do that. Again, I literally just paid life with my creatures already in play. I paid 1 mana, and all of a sudden, yeah, they're done. They're gone. Feigned Death, there's also these types of cards as well. A great way to protect your commander in a way. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When it dies or in the battlefield, tap to control the counter on it. You can also combine this with, Village Rites types of cards, any other kind of Viscera Seer, free sacrifice outlet, and all of a sudden it is kind of like a black blink effect in a way. So if you want to go in that direction too, you most definitely can. Or just lean heavily into all the blinks. And you got repeat blink effects, of course. Conjure's Pause is a great one. Beginning of your end step, you may exile target creature you control, turn the card to battlefield under your control. Again, this is basically just a death sentence for your opponents going, okay, end step. All right, Poltergeist down to 1. Blink my commander for free. And all of a sudden, now you're at 1. Yay! And when it comes to taking players down to 1, I mean, even one of your lands can take them out. Sunscorched Desert, very simple, very effective. When it enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage target player. Have you ever taken a player out with a land like this? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I will tell you that. Taps for colors. Again, this is a land that does not slow you down, yet doesn't fix your mana. Sure, you can only have so many utility lands in your deck, but you're in a 2-color deck, so you can have a decent amount, actually. And when this ETBs, you're like, all right, yeah, I took you down to 1 with Poltergeist plus my commander. Now, all of a sudden, you're at nothing. Okay, ETB, you're gone. Goodbye. Thanks for playing. Or how about Sign in Blood, a card that's probably already going to be in your deck anyways. Gets the amazing draw spell. Target player draws 2 cards, loses 2 life. Again, the vast majority of the time, you are picking yourself for that. But again, when a player is at 1 or 2 life, which again, the vast majority of your choose lifey, go downy combination cards, that's what they're called, they will take them down to 2 or 1, and now you can take out that opponent with this. Or how about Phyrexian Unlife? Oh my goodness, I love that this is budget friendly now. Enchant for 3 mana, you don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. As long as you have 0 or less life, all damage is dealt to you as though it had Source of Infect. Okay, so that can be a bit risky, I guess, but what you're going to be doing again is literally taking your life total down to exactly 0. Again, Mischievous Poltergeist going, paying life. Oh, by the way, I'm at 0 now, but I'm alive, because Phyrexian's cool. But then your commander comes in playing to go, no, you're at 0, actually. Literally, ETB, swap your opponent's life total down to 0, and they are gone. So much fun. Or how about Sanguine Bond? Enchant for 5 mana. When you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Now, this is the famous card with a lot of other cards now these days that combines with Exquisite Blood for a combo. You win. Cool. But, of course, also it kind of combos with your commander, too, because as long as you are dropping life, and then you gain life, yes, swapping life totals is gaining life technically. Again, technically, let's say you go from 1 to 40 when you life swap, you just gained 39 life. Meaning that now you go, okay, person who I just made go down to 1, sure, you go down to, well, definitely below 0, you lose. Yeah, negative 38, I guess. Again, Magic doesn't really matter about negatives, except for, said, with, Phyrexian Unlife. So I guess it kind of does sometimes. That being said, it doesn't go to negatives, it goes to 0. Anyways, that being said, you can utilize this in a different combination way, though, to go, okay, again, I'm at 40, I go down to 1, I swap life totals with someone, I'm back up to 40, I just gain 39 life, they're at 1, another player is at 40 potentially, okay, I'll take down to 1 as well. Or if they're at 39 or lower, I take them completely out. So you can even take another player out. You can take another player basically completely out of the game out of nowhere just by utilizing a card like this in combination. Or how about Wound Reflection? Basically does the job for you and chip for 6 mana. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life to life they lost this turn. Again, if it's on your turn when you're doing this, you're like, okay, I take myself down from 40 down to 1, I swap, and all of a sudden, you just lost 39 life this turn, you're at 1, you're teetering on the edge, and all of a sudden, this just says, I'm pushing you right over the edge. It basically doubles up that life that they lost, and now they are very much gone. But again, we talked about the potential of this commander, and on the other end of things, this is a mass draw spell commander in a way. Because of cards like Congregate, it is super easy to gain an insane amount of life in Commander. It really, really is. Target player gains 2 life for each creature on the battlefield at instant speed for 4 mana. Being able to go, okay, hey, you know what? How many creatures on the board? Because we're playing Commander, there's 4 players. Some player probably has a token deck over there. Okay, cool. 20 creatures on the board? Great. All right, I'll gain 40 life for 4 mana out of nowhere. Awesome. Good for me. Now with my commander, I can go, okay, I'm like 40 life above like the lowest life opponent. Sweet. I'll swap life with them with my commander. Cool. You go to 80. I don't care what your life total is with this deck because, again, I'm going to be setting your life total at a certain point. So being able to just go, okay, I'm going to go from 80 down to 40. Cool. Draw 40 cards. You can just literally, again, draw like 40 cards. You can very easily draw 60 cards. You can draw 80 cards. You maybe should be careful when you get to like the upper thresholds of that. But being able to utilize cards again like Revival Revenge. There's plenty of these cards that actually double up your life total in this, but this one's a really cool one. Double your life total, target opponent loses half their life rounded up. So again, in that scenario with Revenge, let's say again, you're all at 40 life. Cool, all right. You go from 40 to 80. An opponent goes down to 20. And then you say, you know what? I'm so sorry I just did that to you. I feel really, really bad. Okay, my commander's going to come into play, and we're going to swap life totals. You go to 80, I go to 20. Okay, I just drew 60 cards from that. I just gave you life, so I just drew 60 cards from that. You're welcome. By the way, I'm going to win now because I've got 60 cards in my hand, plus the cards I already had. So there's a way to win from there. Or how about another sneaky way to win with Psychosis Crawler? Again, you might think the only way to win again with the deck is taking someone's life total down to basically nothing or near nothing, essentially. But you can actually win by, giving them life too in a way, because you're like, okay, I'm taking you back down. You're going back down. Toughness or equal to the number of cards in your hand. Cool. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. There it is. Being able to just go, okay, I draw a bunch of cards because I swapped life totals with you. And now every single opponent loses a ton of life. Again, maybe that one player that I swap life totals with might be okay and still alive because they're basically, again, I just gave them a bunch of life. Now they lost that life again. That being said, if I've got some like Wound Reflection in play already, again, that will take them out too, most likely. But being able to just go, okay, another avenue of victory while also drawing an insane amount of cards. There's a reason why this commander can be so impactful, because that ETB can be utilized in a lot of different ways and take players out in a lot of unexpected ways as well. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.